Okay, today we're going to show you guys how to use the hot dog roller at the concession stand. First thing we want to do when we come in is we want to make sure that this starts out clean. Everything should be off when you begin. You came in from the previous night. Hopefully it's clean from the previous night. But we're going to turn these rollers on and we're going to take a Scotch-Brite. We're just going to take either the sponge side or the scratchy side, just the wet. I just wet it down with some water, and I'm going to run my pad over these cleaners. We go back and forth about 3 or 4 times, just so you know that it's hit all the rollers. And that's just going to make sure that we don't have any dust or anything off of there. That's good enough. I'll do the rest of them, but see, we got a little bit of dirt on there. Alright, so you always want to make sure you wear gloves. And we're going to start out by putting the dog on the roller. We're going to turn this up to about a 1/4 inch under the high mark. You can turn it all the way high. It just depends on how much time you have. If you turn it all the way up to high, you really got to watch to make sure they're not burning. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to let this cook, and it's going to take about 15-20 minutes, and then they'll be ready to go. Okay, our hot dog or our sausage or whatever is finished. I'm just going to take this off for now. And if you look on here, we've got all the grease and stuff from the hot dog. And we want to make sure that we get all that off while this unit is still hot. Because if you let this unit cool down, all that grease is just going to get really hard and it's going to be almost impossible to take off. So right now I'm just going to take a wet rag with no soap or water or anything, just water. And I'm going to wipe all that grease off with the scrubber side of the Scotch-Brite. And you can see how that grease just comes right off as long as you get it while it's hot. Now all you really have to use is water. If you start putting some soap on while it's hot, you're going to get a lot of residue. So what I do is I'm going to get this is kind of hot right now. So I've Scotch-Brite it. I'm sure I've got all that off. Pause it. Now I've taken just got this wet and rinsed it out again. Now I've just got water on it. Since this is a sponge side, it's going to kind of take up some of that actual residue. And that's just going to suck up some of the residual if there's any more grease or anything left on here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this completely cool. So I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to go ahead and leave my rollers on. I'm going to let it completely cool down, probably about 5-10 minutes. And then I'm going to put a little bit of soap on here. I'm going to run it with the rollers, wipe it all the way down really good. And you'll just have a nice clean roller when you get started the next time. You also want to clean this out. As you see, this gets some stuff in here. So you want to take that to the sink and just wash it out. Put that back when you're done, and we should be good to go.
Are you recording me eating my sausage?